Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
This is The Week in Geek on iHeartRadio and currently Spreaker.com.
Yes.
Brian, how the hell are you?
I'm outstanding, Dave. How are you?
Outstanding.
You are? I'm outstanding, too.
Oh, why did we ever give you hotkeys?
Outstanding.
I don't know. So, good evening to all our listeners out there listening to us on Spreaker. We're sorry if we woke you up.
Yeah.
Because Brian's all like, we shouldn't go live, Dave. We're going to give people alerts on their phone, and they're going to be very upset.
Well, I'm trying to be courteous to our listeners.
I know, but there's courteousness, and then there's, I don't know what else. Is there
So,
something other than courteous?
Let's intro the show, Dave.
All right, so guys, look, if you listened to yesterday's show, we had the lovely, incomparable Randolph Allen on yesterday.
Yeah,
and,
from the USS New Orleans.
Yeah, and then we had Scungy's Pick of the Week, and we didn't get a whole lot of time to do Top Nerd News, and so a lot of crap happened, man.
Yes,
and we
stuff.
only kind of like scratched the surface on the stuff, so we felt compelled to do basically a Week in Geek supplemental log for Top Nerd News because there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
And you know what? We have time on the Spreaker app to to broadcast live to the net and store the podcast for later.
Yeah, so I guess, without much further ado, Top Nerd News.
And now your top nerd news stories from around the world. Brought to you by Heroes Corner Comics. Find them on the World Wide Web at heroescornercomics.com. And now your top nerd news stories.
Topping our top nerd news stories is the fact that you should always, and I strongly urge you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out our website at twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and currently Instagram, The Week in Geek.
Yeah, I know. You just started
We should take a selfie. I'll do that while you're talking.
Okay, so
Where's my phone?
Of course, folks are listening to us on Spreaker right now. We're on the Spreaker app. But you can also find us on YouTube. We have that YouTube channel out there. And we're on iTunes as well. Although, Dave, I'm not so happy with iTunes because I can't see the numbers.
What do you mean you can't see the numbers?
There's like a little popularity bar by each podcast, but I can't.
The bar is broken, Brian, because our popularity has soared so high. The bar is broken.
It's just it's an arbitrary bar. It has no meaning or value. It's not
an arbitrary popularity bar.
That
doesn't make sense, Brian.
Spreaker can
popularity
give us numbers.
Either you're popular or you're not.
All right, so. Regardless,
so you just have hatred for Apple. I understand.
I am biased against Apple.
I know.
Yes.
No.
All right. So are you ready to talk about some top nerd news?
Yes. Let's do that. I have to take a picture of us though. Screw it. All right. So
we talked about this first thing on here. We talked about the DC stuff, but hey man, this there's an archery company that's suing some LARPers over patents. And then they filed a gag motion to silence the deal. So
what the hell?
It's interesting. A friend of mine in Georgia contacted me about this initially. Like I knew nothing about it. And basically, you've got this small LARP community. Some folks from that community put out products for LARPers. And they're not making a killing, right? They're, we're putting stuff out. And we've got enough to pay for the website and materials and maybe, make a little cheddar on the side. But they're not killing it. And there's a larger company called Archery Tag. And basically Archery Tag went, I want to say in 2007, and filed patents for foam-tipped arrows.
Okay.
Now, you and I are familiar with the SCA. I was involved with many years for them. Those guys have been making foam-tipped arrows or
forever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
So how Archery Tag managed to get patents on these type of arrows is pretty surprising. But regardless, Archery Tag has filed suit against this small LARP company.
Oh, God.
So the LARP company went out and they started like a GoFundMe type deal. Say, hey guys, help us with our legal expenses, because Archery Tag has revealed to their lawyers that they've got like $100,000 to drop, on lawyers and court fees and all that stuff to fight them.
Okay.
And this small LARP company's like, we can't handle that, right? And then the gag motion is so that they can't use the GoFundMe page, right? Okay. That they can't solicit help from the community. So now,
man, this is a point where I wish I could curse, but
right. Well,
no, we can't. We have to follow iHeartRadio.
That's true.
Guidelines.
So regardless, the thing is though is in the GoFundMe page for their law assistance for the LARP community deal, they put the court papers in there, and I looked through all of that stuff, and some of it's a little damning, right?
Really?
Yeah, because these guys went and they advertised. There was like an advertisement from Google that popped up, and it's like, "Hey, buy our arrows; they're better than Archery Tag."
Oh,
yeah, and it's,
whoopsie,
right, and that's kind of poking the bear,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
those Google ads actually work pretty well.
Yeah,
my son is currently at a lock-in at Ice Computer Cafe.
Okay.
Great babysitting service.
No,
I recommend it highly to all our listeners with kids.
Yeah.
But he advertises with Google ads, and actually, we give away some stuff from his shop sometimes on our show, and it works apparently, because my boss typed in Google, typed in phone repair on his phone today while it was still working, and that's the first one that popped up, and so he went over there and did it. I mean, it's the Google stuff that if they were able to drop money on that and even put like a little snide remark to
right, and I think
ours are better.
Had they not put that in there, maybe they wouldn't be in the position they're in. So regardless, we did post a link on our Facebook page. You can go check that out.
If they got a patent, I mean, that's an uphill battle.
Well,
that's an uphill battle, man.
I think those guys probably shouldn't have had a patent in the first place. I mean, fouling blunts were in the medieval time period, right? There is documentation that stuff existed. It's essentially the same thing, right? How are you going to, patent something, that goes that far back?
Well, hey, you're really good at calligraphy, and you were once an SCA journalist. What do they call them?
A scribe.
A scribe, the journalist scribe. The same smell.
Calligrapher or an illuminator.
Ooh, I like that better.
Yeah.
We got that. Brian Hell, the illuminator. But I forgot where I was going with it. I was going to say, no, you could go back and create a patent for, Brian Held, Byron Delancey, Dragon Slayer, who used blunted arrows just to give him a challenge when he fought the dragons. So, make a nice calligraphy patent and go jump into the fray.
Oh, no.
Oh, boo.
We're much too busy with other things.
Outstanding.
Oh, no, it wasn't. How about Katie Sackhoff is producing and starring in her own sci-fi series? Did you see about that?
Yes, I did.
And what do you think?
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her face. I like what she did in the other stuff.
Right.
Why the hell does she have to go with a global warming theme?
Yeah, so it's called Rain, and the story follows Rain, who's played by Sackhoff, a soldier exploring what's left of civilization after the effects of global warming have ravaged her planet.
So is it going to be like Waterworld? So she's going to have gills?
I don't know.
Is it going to be like Mad Max on water?
Well, I mean, look, global warming is very much, in our
lexicon,
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yes, right now. So we're not here to debate the merits on either side of that. But, it's something, I mean, it could probably sell, right?
I'm sure it could, but I don't know if I can separate myself from that.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know.
Fear the Walking Dead. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, and
well, all right. So it's coming back. It was just a trailer that dropped, and
okay,
it's looking like the survivors, which actually I'm not sure what I feel about it yet, because the biggest problem with the season 1 was that they were so stupid, and everybody has already been watching The Walking Dead for so long that it's like, kill the zombie. What is wrong with you? And they're trying to portray the inner angst and the battle of how do we kill this person? He was just human 2 minutes ago.
Well, but it's supposed to be at the beginning.
Yes,
right?
Society's crumbling. So their actions, technically, when you look at it, are like, not out of the norm.
Right.
I mean, if a zombie started beating on our door, we'd probably kind of like push him out the door and be like, go away, drunk. I mean,
right.
But it seems like in the second season, they've already acknowledged and accepted that this is the Walking Dead and you have to kill them, otherwise you will die.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, some of the scenes are them on a little deserted island. So it's got these kind of cool little feels that kind of reminded me of some of the old Italian zombie flicks. You ever see those, like Zombie, Zombii, I think it was? Some of them were really bad, but every now and again, they, what set them apart was they had some really cool scenes, like a zombie versus a shark one time.
Oh,
Dude,
geez.
It was awesome. It was awesome. If you like zombie movies.
Sounds like Sharknado.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was
Okay.
it was pretty cool thing. So I don't know. I think they learned their lessons from season 1.
Okay.
So I think this season is gonna, be okay. But I'm gonna give it a shot because it's The Walking Dead, and I mean, in my eyes, they can't do a whole lot wrong.
Yeah.
But this second season, if they can't get their crap together and they can't make the season more believable, more real, screw it.
All right. No, that's cool. So, next thing on the list, new Star Wars theme parks coming to Disney.
Disneyland.
Look out of this world.
All right. So is it Disneyland or Disney World? It's
both.
Oh, really? So they're
Yeah.
going to have one in Florida?
Yeah, of course. The construction already started on that. In fact, when my wife and I went last year to Disney World, the hat was down in Hollywood Studios, and there was a lot of areas that were kind of boarded off under construction.
Oh, nice. Good.
So really what this announcement says is that don't bother going to Hollywood Studios for the next couple of years because it's going to be tore up.
Really? Well, are they giving us any sort of time? I mean, any time frame of when they're going to start opening some of this stuff?
2017, 2018, somewhere around there.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
can't they go hire some immigrants?
Oh, geez. Come on, Dave.
Cheap labor. It rebuilt our city after Katrina.
Well, you did. It did, most definitely.
Well, no, all right. Well, here's my thing. Which one is it? Damn, Universal Studios.
Right.
This one kind of slipped under the radar because of the Star Wars stuff was going on. They're doing a King Kong exhibit / ride in Universal Studios
Really?
between Jurassic World and Harry Potter.
Okay.
And dude, it looked awesome. I actually snapped some pictures when we were there at Universal 6 months ago or so, and it looks pretty cool. And they're doing, because Kong is coming out with another movie. They're coming out with another King Kong movie.
Why?
Because it's open rights. They don't really have to pay anything for it anymore. I think somebody didn't renew their copyright.
Yeah. So just as a quick side note, do you like Universal Studios?
Yeah, I do.
So because when we went, we spent a couple days kind of walking through there, both sides of it, the Islands of Adventure and then the Universal Studios, and it was almost like the only really cool part for us was Harry Potter.
Yeah, but not really. No, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I guess I have kids though, so I mean, there's a lot more stuff I can do. Like Islands of Adventure, though, they got that stupid, creepy Dr. Seuss area that just gives me the chills and
like
nightmare.
that. Yeah,
really.
She likes Dr. Seuss. Come on,
Dawn.
She's a librarian.
Dawn,
Come
get
on.
it together, girl. Come on now. That was creepy. We went on the ride, and it was like Dr. Seuss on LSD. It was disturbing.
Wasn't he when he wrote all those?
I'm gonna assume he likes to wear his socks and box with the gocks.
Yeah,
I wear my box gock socks.
Oh, geez. All right. Next thing on the list, Captain America: Civil War. Martin Freeman's role was confirmed. He's going to be Everett Ross, part of the Joint Counterterrorist Center.
Yeah, he's the Wakanda liaison.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that'll be cool, man. I think I don't think that they're shoehorning too much stuff in here.
I think it'll be almost not cameo-esque, but they're going to start laying the groundwork for Black Panther the movie.
Right.
So they want to let people know that he has been around this whole time. He's just like now recently being dragged into the whole affair, I guess.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And getting Freeman, that means now we know good and well that we're gonna have a really good actor in the next feature.
Right.
know?
Well, and they did some reshoots. Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts is going to be coming in, I believe, in the end
Oh, really?
of the movie. Yeah, she's going to kind of
Probably
cap
gonna
off
get
some
killed.
stuff. I don't know because she actually has a suit of armor in the comics. She's rescue something. She's like it's more like like rescuing people and
Okay.
medevac type armor versus more fighting.
Okay.
Right.
That's
But,
cool.
yeah.
But I mean, what's it? Bozeman. Bozeman is the Black Panther. I think that's his name.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Chadwick. I mean, God, man, my memory is terrible. But so no, with Martin Freeman across from him, those are two really great awarded actors that I think will make Black Panther really a hell of a movie too.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till it comes out. So hey,
Did we talk about your favorite movie started shooting? Justice League, April 11th.
so I was gonna say we can merge that with a little more recent news. So Justice League is supposed to start shooting on April 11th.
Okay.
Okay. So let's put a little pin in that real quick.
Boink.
And article just dropped the other day. Batman versus Superman projected to make $100 million to $140 million in the opening weekend.
Is that good?
So
That's not good.
no, that is a decent amount for an opening weekend.
Opening weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That's not a full run.
What did Deadpool?
Deadpool is over $500 million worldwide right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
So-
he pulled in what, 90 million or so for his?
No,
opening?
it was
No.
132, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Somewhere around there. But the fantastic opening weekend for Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 140 would be fantastic for them. I personally don't think they're going to get that. All right?
Well, why?
But forget my bias for a second.
Okay.
All right? I'm just – the reason that I don't is because I'm seeing diehard DC fans who are not necessarily happy with some of the things
Dude,
that are
DC
coming out.
fanboys, they are always they've always been so hypersensitive.
It's not that. It's not people whining. It's more just kind of disappointment, right? And I just think, I mean, look, the Wonder Woman reveal in the trailer, bad mistake. All right. Just I think they're cramming too many characters in that have not been previously introduced in
As
the
you were
cinematic
just
universe.
singing the praises of them shoehorning more people into Marvel Captain America Civil War. Well,
There's
they
not that
can't
many.
put 4 people in Batman versus Superman. Put in Wonder Woman in there. We just put in Black Panther. We got a bevy of people to choose from in Civil War, and you're all pissy pants about Wonder Woman.
We're gonna have the biggest stuff added to the list is going to be Black Panther, right? In Civil War,
Okay.
right? I mean, yeah, okay. So Everett Ross, this guy, he's a liaison, so they kind of come as a package deal. All right, that's fine, right?
Okay.
And we're going to get a cameo for Spider-Man, right? Everybody else is a known quantity, right? Now I realize comic fans for DC understand that Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman and Wonder Woman are all known quantities, even though we haven't seen them represented on the silver screen yet.
Right.
I just think the average moviegoer is going to be like, what am I watching? Right?
It's the same thing. I mean, they are using the Marvel formula where it's like, okay, here's 2 popular characters that everyone loves and has paid buttloads of money to see. Here's Wonder Woman, and she's going to have her feature next. The whole reason Black Panther is in Civil War is so that they can set up for the damn Black Panther movie.
That's fine.
He's shoehorned into Civil War.
But that's one character versus 4, right? Regardless,
All right, Aquaman, Momoa, and all them, they're not. He's not going to be making a huge appearance in that movie.
Regardless,
He'll make an appearance.
Let's just play hypotheticals.
Okay.
All right. Let's say it doesn't do so hot opening weekend. All right.
Okay.
Do you
I
think-
won't say that.
I'm just a hypothetical. Come
Yeah,
on,
it's a
Dave.
crappy hypothetical.
Do you think it's going to affect this April 11th date for filming Justice League?
No.
You don't think so? You
No.
think that's an absolute go?
They are going to have to go through with this hell or high water.
All right.
The only thing that will really start to affect future movies is if Suicide Squad fails. If that movie fails, then DC's going to be like, well, let's just stick the cartoons on VHS.
Right. All right. Well, hey, how about we take a break?
Okay.
And when we come back, I've got some. I got maybe a controversial movie question for you based on some recent stuff coming up, and we'll see where you go with it.
Okay.
All right, guys,
All right,
stay tuned. Short commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby and Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
The 39th Annual Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Gaming Convention, CoastCon, is happening this March 4th through 6th in the Gulf Coast Coliseum in Biloxi. CoastCon is the longest running and largest convention in Mississippi. Enjoy 3 days of gaming, costumes, shopping, and guest panels with such amazing guests like Steve Bloom from Star Wars Rebels, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from Naruto, and New York Times bestselling author Jacqueline Carey. For more information, go to coastcon.org or check out their Facebook page. CoastCon, March 4th through 6th. Don't miss it.
If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds. The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses, comes to the Sanger Theater on April 1st. A 4-movement symphony based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda franchise, with breathtaking video, beautifully timed with a full orchestra and choir. For more information, go to zeldasymphony.com or buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
This is the Week in Geek
Hail to the king, baby.
on Fox Sports 1280.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek, coming to you from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is Brian with...
I don't, David.
Okay.
I know.
All right. No, it's all good. Okay, so we were talking about some movies before the break, and so here's the controversial question that's going to get you worked up.
Oh,
is so Gods of Egypt is coming out, right? And they are getting lambasted for their casting choices of mostly Caucasian cast.
Like, yeah. I don't know why.
For Egyptians, right?
Yes.
And there's also, of course, the Ghost in the Shell casting, which was what's her face from? She was in Lucy.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking
Scarlett
about.
Johansson. Yeah. So she's being cast the lead character. That's a Japanese character in the anime. It's like, really, guys? And there's something else. Another production that's coming out that's getting blasted for their choices, and I think even the Gods of Egypt guys put out an apology, like, guys, we're really sorry.
Well, I think it was Gods of Egypt where he basically sort of apologized but didn't.
Okay.
I mean, he basically laid out what is wrong with Hollywood, where it's like, I'm a director, okay? I'm going to go to this big, movie house, and I'm going to say, hey, look, I've got this great idea for a movie, the Gods of Egypt. But they want their stars in it, you know. So the problem is he's got this idea, and maybe initially he wanted, you know, Egyptian, you know, tan skinned, dark skinned actors, and they're like, well, no, we need stars. If we're going to bankroll this project, we need names that people know that are going to put butts in the seats and buy tickets. You know, so historical accuracy be damned. We're going to put this is Sparta as set. How the hell is he set, dude? I used to play Amber back in the day, and Sutek the Destroyer. I was set.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was a dark skinned character, riding a damn scorpion.
Well, I think the problem is Hollywood doesn't want to take any risk, right? They don't want to take any chances,
right? Because they're putting so much damn money in this crap.
And I get that, but on the same token, right? There's so many people out there, right? There's so many actors out there. They honestly need to be more diverse in their casting choices and give more representation to people of all colors and genders, and I mean, you know, put a real representation of reality on the screen.
The problem is that they're putting their money on this stuff, and they want a return, and so they're like, oh well, you know, this actor, every, you know, movie he touches turns to gold. You know, it's like, I don't know. You like Star Wars: The Force Awakens. You know, picked up two, you know, not nobodies, but for the most part,
unknown
nobodies. Yeah,
right?
You know,
but that was a big thing for Lucas, right? Lucas did that specifically. He wanted no name, you know.
Right, but as far as, you know, The Force Awakens, though, they knew they had a hit, so they could take whatever chances they freaking wanted. But I mean, you know, at some point, you know, you need new faces,
right?
And that would have been a great movie. But then you walk the line of the old what the hell did they call them, man? Blaxploitation films, where you had Shaft and all these other movies that were like, you know, specifically catered to the ethnic black folks. It's like, what the hell does that even mean? But I don't know. I mean that it's look, man. I mean, the Zulus are my people, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, if they like my short stories and the novel, if Hollywood ever came knocking on the door saying, we want to produce this, here's the white guy who's going to play the Zulu prince, I'm like, I'm going to beat you in the you know, be like, hell no, you know, but it's Hollywood.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
and
sad is what it is.
But I mean, let's just say I'm living hand to mouth, and they're like, we're going to give you $1 million, but you have to put a white guy as a Zulu prince. You know, he was adopted and raised by the Zulu people. How much money are we talking about? You know, I'm living in a cardboard box, $1 billion. Okay, maybe. But I'm sure that's how some of those conversations went, where it's like, get the movie made in any way, shape, or form, and then, you know, we'll deal with the backlash later.
Well, and I think that also goes to the larger problem of the there are no middle ground movies anymore, right? There's none of these $50, $60 million kind of, or, you know, even $20 million middle ground movies,
right?
And directors.
I just want to read the screenplay to Gods of Egypt.
Yeah. All right. Quick note: there's somebody pretending to be the IT guy at Hogwarts, and my God,
why would he do that?
Dude, it's amusing.
Why would he do that?
It's just one of those silly Twitter accounts like the Lonely Luke and the emo Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren is the best, man.
So go check that out.
He's starting
guys.
to run out of material, though.
Yeah. Well,
There's only so much, you know, emo you can do.
All right. So okay, another big story that I think deserves some discussion is Barnes & Noble planning casual game gatherings. What do you think about this?
They need to burn in hell. They can just burn in hell.
Well, but I mean, it's just another avenue, right, for a community environment for people to get together, play games. I mean, you know, they sell a lot of games.
I wouldn't consider 4 little kiosks in one little section a lot of games. They have like 3 little aisles, and they're not even full aisles. They're just like, you know, 3 little like islands in there.
They're short aisles, yes, front
you know,
and back.
I mean,
but there's a lot of product there. There's a lot better games than what was available at like Toys R Us when we were kids.
Well, granted, all right. So, but I mean, when you go there, where the hell are you going to friggin' play? Because all the hipsters drinking the damn coffee and reading books for free. You know, I mean, you're going to get that. You ever been on the second floor of a Barnes and Nobles? It's like a damn geriatric convention, man. All the old blue-haired ladies are passed out on the table and on the chairs. You think they're dead. You check a pulse. I don't know.
They they do
Screw them.
They have space to set that stuff up, right? Because they do book talks there,
Well,
right? They get authors in.
Well,
in
yeah, I
London,
mean
right?
they got a whole DVD and CD section up on the second floor, which I don't understand why the hell they still have that.
Right.
I can't remember the last time I bought a CD. You?
What's a CD?
Exactly. Some ass hat is making cassettes again, and they're like, oh well, these young hipsters they want to hear the true sound of the way the music was intended. Like they buy vinyl, butthole.
But no, I was just kind of playing devil's advocate. I'm a huge supporter of independent game stores, right?
Yeah.
Local game stores. That's much more the community atmosphere that I'd prefer.
Board game nights, Sunday nights, Tubby and Coos.
And Tubby and Coos, right? The thing is though is maybe some of those soccer moms out there don't want to be around the sweaty confunk nerds.
Tell me how you really feel, Brian. Holy crap. Well,
have you ever been to Friday Night Magic?
The only thing that I could see maybe coming out of that is if you get a mundane who drops off their kids, and then we just walk in there like one of us.
Yeah.
Here, come to this game shop. Here, come to this bookstore where
look,
the cool people are.
Look, I'm being silly right there. I mean, there are game shops who are quality game shops that are clean, respectable.
Yeah,
and it's stuff. I'm just kind of painting a broad brush there just to be
well,
silly.
And considering we're going to Coast Con this weekend, by Sunday, I'm not going to walk into the gaming room. No way, man.
I think it'll be
got
fun.
some of those plugs.
And speaking of cons, how appropriate.
Apropos.
Yes. Is it time to end sales of pirate print sales at Comic Cons? Right. So I mean, just to flesh that out, so we all understand what we're talking about here, is it's independent artists, people who are not published within the comic industry, who are setting up a table as an artist at a con and doing commissions and also selling prints of their artwork, but of intellectually protected characters like Wolverine or Spider-Man or Batman or whatever, right? So, is that on the up and up? Is that legit? And does it need to stop, right? Because part of the argument is you've got the actual creator of said character, whatever, who's sitting 3 tables over, who's not selling stuff, because you can go down the aisle and buy all that stuff at half or a quarter of the cost from the original creator.
This is an age-old argument that you and I have had on several car trips together.
Right.
Where let's take a specific example. Geekonomicon. They had one of the old school. This dude is ancient. I mean, he's got to be in his 90s or something. He used to draw with Stan Lee back when before Marvel was Marvel, and he was selling Captain America prints. He was one of the originals who worked on Captain America,
right.
And he was, he drew out a bunch of original art and was doodling on those, and he was selling for like $30-$40 a print, and not a print, but I mean, per sketch.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, and those are really cool, yada yada. But then, if you go down the aisle a bit, they got some guy with a whole bunch of posters of Captain America, the prints like that, and it's like, well, for $10 I can get, or some of them like $5, but get 4 for $20. So do the math. I can get 4 prints for $20, or I can get one small sketch for $40.
Right.
I mean, it's almost twice. That's where artists struggle, and they're called starving artists, because how do you compete with something like that when they're not policing it properly? So I would not be upset if we went to Comic-Con and those big giant mountains of prints disappeared.
Yeah.
It's pretty crappy, when you got this old school dude who, he was funny. He was cool. Every time you walked up there, he introduced himself to me twice within 5 minutes. He was awesome. He was just like, I can't remember his damn name, though.
Yeah, and look, and I'll admit, right, I've gotten a lot of custom sketches done from different artists.
Right.
And there was the artist from The Walking Dead who wanted to charge me $100 to do a sketch, like a 5x7 sketch of a character. But I can go to, all these independent smaller artists or unknown artists, and $5, $10, up to $20 or $30 to get this essentially the same thing, and it's still original artwork, right?
Yeah, right.
That looks fantastic. So
I don't know. I mean, like if somebody's looking for something cheap to put up in like the man cave, I ended up, most of the crap I got here is either stuff that I bought at an art show at a con, but like 13th floor prints.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's is that illegal though?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's usually,
13th floor is for those out in the listening audience. It's the mashup of World War II and Star Wars. So like the Death Star with the World War troops. World War II troops.
I think Lucasfilm could probably do something.
Sue him for that.
Yeah, probably.
So it was 14th floor. Don't sue him. I like him.
But it was interesting too because the thread that I saw the article on, one of the local comic artists posted a panel from San Diego Comic-Con that was all about intellectual property law, and like a lawyer and a professor of law had a whole panel talking about it. It was actually pretty
And that was at San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes.
Home of the Chargers?
So it's funny you bring that up. So the San Diego Chargers presented, put the press release out. Hey, we're going to propose a multi-use facility attached to the San Diego Conference Center, Convention Center here. That'll be fantastic. Not only could we have our games over here, but
nerds could share it.
But yeah, it could be used for all events all year long. And hey, Comic-Con's down here, they can use that too. And the Comic-Con guys came out and were like, we don't know what you're talking about.
That it was one corporation talking about another corporation. I liked how Comic-Con came out and like, we don't know why they mentioned us. Thanks, but no thanks. We would like to remove our name from whatever crap they're putting out there.
What it really tells me is that the jocks need the nerds, is really what it's telling me.
No, what they're trying to do with the Chargers, I mean, since I'll be the sports ball professional here for a minute. Right. That the Chargers are second or third man on the totem pole right now because St. Louis Rams are moving to L.A., Oakland Raiders are moving back to L.A., but if Oakland changes their mind, San Diego can move to L.A., but they're trying to pretty much strong-arm San Diego into building them a new facility on the city's dime and have the citizens up their own taxes to pay for an NFL stadium. But, hey, by the way, it's for everybody, not just the Chargers. So that's how they're trying to frame it. So they're like, Comic-Con brings in the city a whole bunch of tax dollars. They can use it, too. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. So it's kind of scamish, but, well, it's the NFL, and they make a boatload of money. We are Fox Sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make a boatload of money that's not taxed.
Well, they do, but they.
I don't think the NFL is taxed at all. I think it's all free and clear.
Well, we're gonna have to do a different show on that.
Yeah, well, no, I won't be on that show. You won't like me on that show, Dave.
What's next?
Just me screaming.
Incoherently. Spittle coming out everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, what's next? Are we almost done? People are ready to go to bed, Brian.
Probably. I'd say we got about another 4 minutes or so. How about that Atlas robot? Did you see that?
Oh, the one they were beating?
And
that's when the robot overlords are going to be like, remember this day, children.
It does make so
it's brutal. It's mean.
Well, but you know what's funny is that's part of the uncanny valley. Do you know what that is?
No.
All right, the uncanny valley has to do with robots and how much they look like us, right? And as the robots start to look more and more like us, there's going to reach this point where it's almost there but not quite right. And so we kind of like the robots, and then it dips into this valley where that's not right. That looks so disturbing because it's almost right, but you can tell it's off, right? And then it sharply comes back up when it looks lifelike, like human-like, right? And so that's the uncanny valley where we're like, I can't handle this crazy robot thing. And so I think that robot looks vaguely human enough that we still like it, and we start to have empathy for it. Like, man, that guy's beating that thing with a hockey stick. That poor guy,
dude. Well, and then apparently you and I watched different videos because I was watching one where they had like a dog. It was on 4 legs and it had like a vaguely dog-like body, and this dude's kicking it like you've seen people kick dogs before.
Right.
But the thing, it was so cool because it'd kick out its leg and it would catch itself and it'd right itself and it would move back next to him.
Right.
Just like a dog. You kick a poor dog and the dog's like, okay, kick me again.
I don't know anything about kicking dogs, Dave.
I know, Brian. Good God.
But and I understand that
if you ever kicked a dog, I can't imagine that. I don't think you.
No.
Imagine that.
But I understand that it's for testing purposes, that they're trying to, purposely unbalance the thing. But how cool was it when they pushed the robot over, and not only did it tuck and roll, essentially, and I thought that was cool, but it got up on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible stuff.
And I think if you turn up the volume really well, you hear it go, I will remember this day.
Right.
I will remember your face.
Let's see. I found one today. I'm going to mention this before we get to the very end because it's kind of disturbing. There's a 70s cult video game that's voiced by Portal and TF2 actors. It's called The Church of Darkness.
What?
Yeah, so I saw this pop up. I'm looking at it. I watched the video, and basically it's about a cult-like church that is basically ousted from America, and so they go to South America to form their church and be left alone. But it's a cult, and I'm like, oh my God, they made Jonestown the video game? Like, really?
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. It's
It's
kind of disturbing. We're gonna have to get Scungy to look into that and find out what's going on because, wow, I was a little thrown off on that. So, Star Wars The Force Awakens will be available on iTunes in March. I thought that was kind of cool. Valve has some major championships coming up with a $1 million prize pool.
1 million?
1 million.
M
million,
wow.
Yes. But still, I mean, that's bigger than that friggin' the Major League Gaming deal. That was,
The one in the Superdome?
Yeah, the one that was at the Memorial Convention Center that we covered.
Oh, right. Yeah, man. Well, dude, like the League of Legends championship has got some serious bank. I don't know if it's that much though.
Well, League of Legends, Call of Duty, Dota, right? Dawn of the Ancients, Dota 2. That's all big stuff. Did you see the Netflix Daredevil 2 trailer?
No.
There are 2 of them.
Really?
Yes. There's one with the Punisher, and then there's one with Elektra. Both of them are awesome. Next month it drops. I cannot wait.
Sounds good. All right, Brian. I think that's
ready?
the show, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're good.
A couple other things on here, but wow, it's been a busy week.
I know, huh? So all you folks out there, 929 Howard Avenue, go out there and pick it and tell them, give the Week in Geek more days. We want more week in the geek. More geek in the week. No, don't do that.
No. No,
write your congressman.
Yeah, write your congressman.
All right, follow us on Spreaker. How about that? Can we agree on that?
We need all the followers we can get on Spreaker. And, guys, next week we'll be in the studio again on Thursday. And then, of course, we'll be at CoastCon. Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. All weekend long. We'll be hanging out there, having a good time, doing some panels and all that good stuff. So come out, see us.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great event. And
all right. So, also like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Instagram it, The Weekend Geek. And follow us on whatever the hell this is, Spreaker. So till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.